Welcome into the kitchen with Lucy from Greer's. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas.
We are so excited to have you here throughout the holiday season, and you're making something that I think a lot of people are going to be interested in making, and that's some homemade biscuits.
Yes, a lot of people, of course, are baking this time of year and planning out their meals for Christmas and parties and things, and it's so funny. You know, we talked some about George here in the building.
Yeah.
And I don't know how long I've been doing Studio 10, but George always teases you, are you going to make biscuits? And I've never made them, so I actually ran into him in the hallway. I'm like, okay, today's the day we're doing biscuits. So
that's awesome.
He's going to come get one later. But these are so easy, you know, because sometimes when people think about baking, you know, it's a little bit, I don't know, it can be time consuming, you know, a lot of measuring and whatnot, but not this recipe. So we are going to use self-rising flour.
Okay.
I got 2 cups of that in here. I'm gonna add half a teaspoon of salt, and actually I had my heavy cream over here in the freezer just because I wanted it to be really cold.
Cooling out.
Cooling out. So I have 1.5 cups of heavy cream. I'm just gonna mix this salt into this flour, and these are all the ingredients. So I'm just going to, you know, have a spoon here. So I'm just gonna stir in our heavy cream, and when you're doing dough, you don't want to overmix it. So I'm just drizzling this in, stirring, and then once it comes together, we're gonna stop. So we just want to make sure all this liquid is in here and just stir it just until it's combined.
So I think some of the people who watch the show before know that I love to cook, I love to grill. However, I am not a baker. It'd be extremely rare for me to bake something, but I always wonder about biscuits because it seems like there's just a few simple ingredients, yet people's biscuits turn out dramatically different.
It's so true, yeah. And that's what I was thinking too when you were saying that. There are so many different ways to make biscuits, and you know, a lot of people swear by shortening in them, or swear by butter, or you know, really with the self-rising flour, it's kind of a shortcut instead of having to measure out the you know, baking soda or baking powder or whatever. But you're so right, and I thought that for Christmas this would be a good recipe. I know at our house we always have a breakfast get together with all of our family, and we always do ham and biscuits and whatnot. So I was like, oh, well, I'll do the biscuits this year, and later we're gonna make up a little sauce that you could do on your ham biscuits. But I have this all together, and then I figured next time we'd roll them out.
All right, that sounds like a game plan. This is looking good, like we're talking about. Great for holiday get-togethers. We'll be right back to continue this process with Lucy from Greer's. We are back with some biscuits.
We are. Totally Southern today.
Totally Southern. Welcome back in. This is Lucy from Greer's working on some homemade biscuits. And you said this is self-rising flour, so even though they're homemade, it does save you a little bit of time as well.
Yeah, for sure. And we got our dough mixed up here, and it was super simple. We used 2 cups of self-rising flour. We used 1.5 cups of heavy cream that we made sure was cold. And we just
And why was that again?
You just want to, whenever you're making biscuits, whether you're going to do use butter in them, you just want that butter, or that really the fat of it. So this is the fat that's going in the biscuit, or the butter or the shortening, to be cold, and that way they're going to be flaky and rise up good. So you don't want it to be room temp.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
See, I'm learning something today.
Yeah, see, I know we already said Joe is a great cook, and I didn't really grow up baking that much. But I do a little bit, but something like this is really easy. And of course, depending on what size cookie cutter you use, or biscuit cutter, will depend on how many biscuits you get. So we're just gonna roll it out a little bit to about 1/2 inch or so. And I mentioned that I was thinking about using these biscuits to make little ham biscuits, which of course are great for a brunch or breakfast or any kind of little party. And
you know what
use
I like?
whatever. What?
A good bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit.
Yes.
Or a sausage biscuit.
Absolutely. I of course made those biscuits last night, and the kids are used to eating sausage biscuits, and I was like, they're like, what's that? I was like, it's biscuit. And I was like, you want some jelly on it? It's like, no, just ate it plain. I was like, all right. I could have some bacon. I'm like, no, it's a school day. We got to go.
Right. That happens a lot with breakfast in the morning.
No. Yeah. Well, at least he got a biscuit. Usually he has cereal. But so I'm just using this, and this will be a great size. We're just going to place them a little bit. They're not going to spread too much. Of course, they're going to go up. And we have the oven on at 475, so it's actually a pretty high temp that we're going to bake them on, and they're not going to take too long. So this size will probably take about 10 minutes or so 10 to 12 minutes, and you just want them to be lightly browned on top. And then if you want to, of course, you know, we had the extra pieces, so we'll just go again with this. We'll roll it back into a ball and go ahead and roll it out a little bit more and cut a few more biscuits out of there.
A lot of things are like 350 to 425. Why all the way up to 475?
It's really more about that getting them to rise a little bit, and especially because you know, with that self-rising flour, everything's mixed in, like I said, so that heat and the whipping cream and the self-rising flour is all going to work together and just pop up really quick.
Gotcha.
So it'll happen really quick, which is great.
So I'll let you keep rolling that out. We're going to cut some more out. In the meantime, though, we did want to mention Greer's has a great thing going on for a lot of folks over the holiday season. Some people just don't have time to sit down and prepare the meal, or maybe they want to bring something to the elderly or to a friend's house or to whoever. You guys got a great way where you can help out during the holiday season.
Yeah, absolutely. Any of our stores that have delis, we prepare holiday meals, Thanksgiving, of course, and now at Christmas. So we're 1 week out from Christmas, which is hard to believe. So if you would like to place an order, or if you were going to make all your sides and you just wanted us to prepare the ham or the turkey, we'll be more than happy to do that. So all you do is just see any local deli and we can get that ready for you. And if you're busy, of course, everybody is finishing up their shopping. And I talk all the time about our online shopping because I'm obsessed with it. So if you are short on time and you do want to try out our online shopping, this is a great time of year to do it. So just go to greers.com/shop, or you can download the Greer's app, and we'll just do all the grocery shopping for you, and you can do all the Christmas shopping for yourself.
There you go. Sounds like a plan. We're going to finish up these biscuits in just a bit right here with Lucy from Greer's. Back with Lucy Greer from Greer's, and we got some hot, fresh oven-baked biscuits.
We do. They just came out of the oven, and they puffed up and they browned up really nice. And like I said, that was a really quick bake. 475 is only about 10 minutes. So these, I think, will be a perfect little size. Like I was mentioning, if you wanted to do ham biscuits, you know, or roast beef or anything for the holidays. This would be really great. If you did roast beef, you could do a horseradish sauce on there, something different than a roll. But I thought I would mix up, I love ham biscuits, and we have them a lot, like I mentioned, at Christmas. And so I'm just going to do a quick little sauce. So I'm going to start out with half a cup of orange marmalade. And I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of Dijon mustard and a 1/4 cup of honey and just a little bit of salt. And that's going to be a really yummy, kind of sweet and savory spread for our biscuits here.
Let me point out too that you guys got some great hams for Christmas time at Greer's as well.
Yes, all different shapes and sizes. There's huge ones. I'm like, what family buys this? They're so big. And of course, spiral slice hams. If you don't want to cook a ham or a turkey, you could ask our delis to do it. Wonderful prices. Our buyers do such an amazing job all year round, and especially for the holidays, to get our customers the absolute best deals that we can. So we'd love for everybody to come shop with us.
Just my personal take, if you're going to have a ham biscuit, if you're going to go out of your way to bake biscuits, don't put some cheap lunch meat ham in there. Get some of that good stuff from the deli.
Absolutely. We have the line of meat and cheese that we sell in our delis is called Kreshmar. It is incredible quality. It's really great. It's gluten-free, no MSG, and no fillers. It's whole pieces of protein, which is different than a lot of lower tiered meats and cheeses. So we have one called ham off the bone, and so sometimes you can kind of get it sliced thicker, so it's ham off the bone. You know, it looks like it tastes like a spiral sliced ham.
Yeah.
So you could totally do that if you weren't going to bake one. So here's our yummy sauce.
That does look good.
And like I said, it's hard to believe we're 1 week out for Christmas, so we won't see everybody again.
Yeah.
Well, after.
Because, yeah, on Christmas Day, we're actually not going to have a Studio 10. We've got a special Christmas-themed show running that day. I think it's Sounds of the Seasons. But, yeah, so keep this recipe in mind if you're getting ready for your Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's, get-togethers, all that kind of good stuff. A great recipe for you to bake for your family and friends. Lucy, Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas to everybody out there. And our stores will be closed on Christmas Day, so do all your shopping the day before.
Sounds great. We'll be right back, y'all.